The very second school lets out, I am running home, throwing our suitcases in the car, and we are heading for Lake House.
As soon as school gets out, I need to tell them high school.
Yeah, we can do that anyway.
Yeah, but it's more special on Friday.
It is special. It's special on a Friday.
Special.
Yes. Yes. No, you really can't. You have to go to work the next day, so it's not as good. You can. You just can't do anything fun. I'm going to go to the lake, and I'm going to go on the deck and get a special beverage and sit there, and I may not move for like 3 straight days, except the breathing part.
Go cannonball! Go cannonball!
I do. It's the lake solo.
I don't have go cannonball.
I'm doing nothing but sitting and looking at water. Okay, so today we're going to learn the last way to multiply polynomials. So far we've learned 3 ways. Box method, double distributive, and today is FOIL, which is my way, so that makes it the best. Most of you, honestly, will end up using the FOIL method, I would expect, just basically knowing how you're wired. But again, you may use whichever way you wish. Since Nicole did the first step of the double distributive method to the problem FOIL, what was the original problem? Lasky, give me the first one. What was the original problem before she double distributed? I'll go ahead. Hey. Hmm? Okay, so let's start with that. So he had it right. So it was definitely 2x minus 7, right? But then you said, is it plus 6x minus 4?
No,
It would be multiplying because we are distributing. Okay? Guys, if you remember back to what we did the other day, it is a multiplication problem to begin with. That's why we call it double distribution, right? And we always split one of the binomials and then distribute the other one to both parts. Joey, next.
X minus y.
Perfect. X minus y times 2x minus y, right? Just work in reverse. Andrew, next.
Negative 2a plus 3b times 7a minus b.
Perfect. Nice and simple. Okay? Any questions on that? All right, so let's get into FOIL. FOIL is, as I said before, my favorite way. FOIL is an acronym. Someone tell me what an acronym is.
Oh, don't go in
Sahidi. Okay. Like, yes.
USA.
USA is an acronym.
Something that stands for something.
Something, initials that stand for something else. Typically, an acronym makes another word. Radar is an acronym. Okay?
It is?
It is. You didn't know that?
No.
The word radar is an acronym. I have no idea if I know something.
Radio. Radioactive.
No.
Radar from radioactive.
No, I don't think that's it. Look it up. Don't that. Well, thank you. Andrew? Okay. It's probably that one. Told you guys. Okay, so here we go. No, you're not opening. Pay attention to me. I'm way more important than an envelope. So FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, and last. First, outer, inner, last. Now let me show you how that applies. Just watch. It's literally connecting things through multiplication. If you connect your first 2 terms, you get 5x squared. Connect your outer terms, you get plus 2x. Connect your inner terms, you get minus 15x. And you connect your last terms, you get minus 6. First, outer, inner, last. Connecting them with what math? Multiplication, it's basically what you've already done. You end up with like terms in the middle, so you end up with 5x squared minus 13x minus 6. That is the FOIL method.
Whoa.
Andrew, taking notes. Thank you. First, outer, inner, last. This is the method that I was taught. It's the method I've always used. You don't have to draw a box. You don't have the double distributed middle step first. The reason I use it is it's just more efficient. I cut out all the middle stuff. Just get you to this, you simplify, you're done. Okay? Both the other steps require an extra step, but that doesn't make them bad. And you can continue to use them after today. So here we go on the next one. What do we connect initially? Which two terms? 7x and 2x, which gives us 14x squared. And then? Nope. It's spelled FOIL, not FIOL. Outer, F-O. Outer is 7x and minus 1, which is minus 7x. Inner, plus 10x. And last, minus 5. Now, as you're doing that, I would, until you get comfortable, connect them with the lines. Because ultimately, you have to connect each term with every one of the other terms. And that's what FOIL does. It kind of allows you to keep organized and keep up with that. So we have like terms in the middle. So we end up with 14x squared plus 3x minus 5. Questions on that? U8D3. Por favor. Drawing the lines if you need to, using that FOIL acronym. First, outer, inner, and last. Anybody falling for the 3 times 2 mistake yet? Anybody? It happens, doesn't it? I'm not kidding. It actually happens. Yeah, but once you know it's coming, you're like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? Okay? 3a minus a minus 14. If you write minus 1a, I'm not counting off. But just understand that on a multiple choice test, they wouldn't have that. Any questions? Raise your hand if you have questions. Ooh. Well done. The rest of you, you're fired.
See ya.
I didn't think you leave. I said you're fired. You can't sit there and not draw anything. Yeah.
Wait, what?
I forgot to swear. Alrighty. Now, same thing applies when we have multiple variables. What's 2x times 3x? It is definitely not 5x squared. It's 6x squared. Outside. Negative 4xy. Very good. Inner. And last is minus 2y squared. Minus xy minus 2y squared. So that is easy. Any questions? Pretty simple, pretty efficient. Like I said, most of you will end up just using FOIL. Avery? You can. You just can't use. It's one of those things where it's just not FOIL because there's more stuff going on. What she says, can you use it with a trinomial? And you actually can, because if you end up with like 2x minus, yeah, the acronym doesn't work, but the process still does. So if you end up with like 4x squared plus 3x minus 5, then what you basically have, and this is where I will simply do this. I'll do this, and then I'll do this. That way I know I connected everything to everything. Yeah, so that's what I'll do when I have a trinomial. I'll always put the binomial first. And then I'll connect the first term. It's really like double distributor without distributing. It's like you're distributing in your head. Okay? But it'll still work. You just go that way. And the FOIL doesn't work. I don't even know if this will be named. Jared, or I don't know. Okay? We'll think of an acronym later. Okay, that's more than what I can do now. Okay, let's talk about special cases. Yes. What would it be like if you were to spell it out? It would be like platypus. Oh no, stop it right now, you're all fired! Sit down! I told you I would go months without it, and then I would throw it out there. So disappointed. Okay, we did at the beginning of the year, but they weren't here. Oh, that's an excellent point. Okay, so let me explain the way this works. No, someone else can have it. First, explain it because I can't say it because it happens. No, listen, Tristan. No, listen, Tristan. He has to say it, and then we'll do it. Oh, y'all are gonna have trouble because I'm saying it. Okay, Tristan, explain.
When Mr. Smith says platypus, you have to do a shiny square to get back to your seat.
Yes, you have to go as fast as possible around your table group and get back in your seat. That's the rule.
Why?
Because I said so. See that parent rule? I love my parent explanation. Okay? You know, you have to have fun. I will tell you, I will caution you that when you're running around the desk, that if you kick one of these big metal objects, it's going to hurt a lot. But that in no way excuses you from getting back in your seat. Okay? You'll just have blown snot out of your face and you'll probably cry. Okay? I told you all about the pinky toe, right? I told my other kids. So one time in the middle of the night, I got up and we have these really freaking heavy bar stools that are like iron. You know, the taller ones that you sit at the bar with. And I was walking through the house because I always get up in the middle of the night, right? For about 4 in the morning. And it's dark. And so I'm walking through the house. And I kicked, or not kicked really, but hit the bar stool. And I fell. And it's like one of those, like, you see like blinding white light in your, I mean, it was awful. And I turned on the light and I looked at my foot. Okay, and this is what I saw. I am not kidding you or exaggerating in any way. So here's my foot with my big toe. And for some reason, my second toe is a little bit longer than my big toe. That weird thing that's going on with me? I don't even know how that happens, but the second toe is a little bit longer. And then I had my third toe. Then I had my fourth toe. And then I had my fifth toe. And it was actually at a 90-degree angle on my foot. And then I almost passed out again. So I almost passed out from the blinding, searing pain. And then I drug myself over to a lamp and turned on a lamp. And I almost passed out again. So I didn't even know. I think I cried. 45-year-old man crying on the floor of his house.
You want to know what I feel if I kick something out?
So I had to, well, I thought I broke it. But what I've actually done is dislocated it. I knocked it out of socket, which meant I had to put it back. And because I'm first aid certified, I know how to do that. So you grab it, and then you pull it like this, and snot blows out of your face, and then you're fine again. You may ever have like something like dislocated and put back in the socket.
Well, I'm pretty sure I just.
Yeah, Avery has. It hurts for an instant, and then all of a sudden it's like it instantly feels better. Yes, you're saying?
I jumped down the stairs and someone kicked my arm out of socket, and then I just let it back in my chest.
Yes.
There's like 2 times, it's like really weird when I'm yawning. Sometimes I dislocate my jaw, and I had to put it back into place. It's really weird.
You should go see a doctor. I don't think that's what's supposed to happen.
It's only on rare occasions.
Yeah. When my family uses the microwave, I wet myself and have a seizure. I got to go see the doctor. No.
My sister.
Every time they pop popcorn.
My sister had a good idea to slide down the stairs on a mattress. Oh, and when she went down the stairs, there was a door frame right here, and her toe hit the door frame and went under the mattress, so it was like this.
Okay. No, one more.
My dad was trying to bring her to the hospital, and he stepped on her toe.
Oh, that's like the police kid to show up. Okay, no, we gotta get back inside. I'll come back in a second. I'm saying, if I was y'all, I would scooch. A little bit. Yeah, but I can't have all y'all hopping because someone's gonna do something to a toe. Okay.
Can you copy me?
Can I copy you? No. Okay. Let's talk about special cases. Special cases are something I need you to be able to recognize. So let's do this the FOIL method first, and then I'll show you kind of how this works. So if you FOIL this, we would go first, which is what? 3x times 3x? 9x squared, outer, plus 6x, inner, minus 6x, and last, minus 4. Now, when you combine like terms, what happens to our middle terms? They go away. So you end up with 9x squared minus 4. Now, let me show you how you recognize difference of squares. This is what this is called. If you have the same term in each binomial, one is addition and one is subtraction. So you have the exact same terms, 3x and 2, in your binomial. One is addition and one is subtraction. You should begin to recognize that you don't have to do this step because they're going to cancel out. All you really need to do is first and last because the O and the I end up as opposite terms. It's called difference of squares. You might have any idea why it's called difference of squares? Because what you end up with are two perfect squares that are being subtracted. Is 9x squared a perfect square? Meaning it's a number times another number. Yes, it's 3x times 3x. It is 3x to the second power. This is 2 to the second power. It's called difference of squares because that's what you end up with is the difference of two perfect squares. So, next one. Do we have the same terms in each binomial? Is one addition and one subtraction? Fantastic. And all we really need to do is 4x squared minus 49. And that's your answer. Now, if you don't recognize that, can you add in that middle section and just go ahead and cancel them? Sure. But I'm just trying to show you what makes it more efficient. Okay? Try number 3. See if you can do the shortcut way because there's nothing to be lost by doing it the shortcut way. Yeah. It's a painful thing. Yeah. Avery E., what did you get on number 3? What did you get on number 3? Why not? You were looking up and around, so I assumed you were done. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you doing your work, please. Tristan, what did you get? X squared minus y squared. X squared minus y squared. And if you had done the O and the I process, it shouldn't have made a difference. Same thing. Do we have two of the same binomials? One addition, one subtraction? Then 25a squared minus 9b squared. Done. And I need you to begin to recognize that. I need you to begin to recognize that. What other set of special cases? Let's talk about perfect squared trinomials. A perfect squared trinomial is simply the exact same binomial squared. It's the exact same binomial squared. Now, normally, if you're squaring something, what do you simply do? You multiply them what? By itself. Exactly right. So, this is simply x minus 8 times x minus 8. So, again, we FOIL it. So, first, x squared, outer, minus 8x, inner, minus 8x, last, plus 64. Now, in this case, do our middle terms cancel? They do not. Minus 8 does not cancel. In fact, what it is x squared minus 16x plus 64. Now again, this is one of those formulas that you do not have to know, but it will save you time, especially when you get into Algebra 2 and you're using these more and more often. If you are multiplying the same binomial times itself, the formula is that you're going to square the first one, square the last, and in the middle, it's 2 times each term. 2 times each term. So, here we go. X minus 8 squared. We square the first one, right? That's x squared. We square negative 8. What's negative 8 squared? Positive 64. That goes at the end. And the middle is 2 times a times b. What's 2 times x times negative 8? 2 times x is 2x times negative 8 is negative 16x. And that's the same that we have down here. Now here's the short thing. You do not have to use this every time. You always have the long way. But towards the end of this unit, when we start working backwards, it's not a bad idea to see if you can use it. Try number 6 and just see if you can follow the formula. Just see if you can follow the formula, which would be this guy right here, without going through the FOIL process. Bless you. Maybe what's my first term? It is 9. 9a squared. Very good. It is 9a squared because it's 3a times 3a. Right? Every b, what's my last term? B squared. So I know b squared is the end. Now I've got to figure out the middle. Right? What is 2 times 3a? 6a times b? 6ab. That's your answer. That's your answer. I heard about that. Yeah. The duck bill something. No duck bill. Okay. By the way, the one thing that does make this easier to use, this is at the top of your formula sheet. These perfect square trinomial formulas are at the top of the algebra formula sheet. Okay? What I really want you to start doing, here's what I really am looking for. What I'm really looking for is that you begin to recognize when you have a special case. Do I expect you to use them every time? I do not. Okay? Because again, the goal is for you to get to the right answer, and if you need to go the wrong direction, but as most of you have figured out by now, some of our tests, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have to save 5 or 6 seconds on each problem so that you can bank those and use them towards the end of the test. Okay? Any questions on all that fun stuff? I'm not going to do that anymore. So here's what you got. Let me explain. You have classwork in your packet and an answer key out. There is no homework today. So I'm not going to assign homework over spring break. Okay? I will do this, though. For those of you that want extra practice over the break, here's what I did. I made a FOIL practice sheet with only 6 problems, and I put the answer key on the back. You're welcome to take it, put it in your notes, not take it. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but it's available if you need it. Other than that, kiddos, make sure all your classwork's done before you get packed up. Let's go.